Hi, this is Cricket Lou from Infoblox. In what is now the third in, I guess, a continuing series of postings about our DHCP high availability solution in BloxOneDDI, I thought I'd give you a quick demo of how to set up a DHCP-HA group. Don't worry, it'll just take a few minutes. I've already logged in to the BloxOneDDI user interface. What you see in front of you is the Manage section of the UI, and in particular the DHCP subsection. We're now looking at a list of IP spaces. These are basically containers for holding address space. One of the main things they're useful for is holding overlapping address space. For example, you can have a 10/8 in IP space A, and you can have another 10/8 in IP space B, and the two won't conflict with each other. Right now, there's just a single default IP space. Let's leave that alone for now and click on the HA Groups tab up here. I do love how clean this UI is. We hardly had to buy any ink at all. You can see that I don't currently have any HA groups, but I can remedy that by clicking on the Create HA Group button. That brings up this dialog, which prompts me for a name for the group. We'll make that HA Group 1, a textual description, and maybe most importantly, the type of HA configuration. We support three types of HA groups. Active-active, where both DHCP servers in the group usually share the load of handing out leases, but one can take over if the other fails. Active-passive, where the active DHCP server in the group hands out all the leases and the passive just replicates the lease data. That is, until the active fails and the passive takes over the active's role. And finally, advanced active-passive. The difference between advanced active-passive and just plain active-passive is that a given DHCP server can only be a member of one active-passive HA group. A DHCP server can be a member of many advanced active-passive HA groups, however, and that lets you do useful things like setting up hub-and-spoke redundancy, where you have a bunch of remote active DHCP servers all backed up by a single central passive DHCP server. This is the one that I described before as being built on some proprietary Infoblox technology as well as ISC's excellent Kia DHCP server. I'll select Advanced Active Passive and choose my two DHCP servers. On-prem 1 here and on-prem 2. You can choose any one that you like that you already have configured. I'll click Save and Close, and our HA group has been successfully created. Now all that's left is to go back to the Address Spaces tab where we started and drill into the default IP space. You can see that I've already created a network, 10/8, and within it a single subnet, 10.0.1/24. I'll click the Create button to create a DHCP range. I'll specify the starting IP address. Let's make that 10.0.1.100 and the ending IP address 10.0.1.200 in the range. I could also give it a name and a description. Then I select the on-prem host, that is the hardware, virtual machine, or containers that support our DHCP server. When we click Select On-Prem Host, you can see that we also have the option of choosing HA groups, including the HA group that I created earlier. So let's select that. I could also do more here. I could set DHCP options here or higher in the IP space and address space hierarchy, where those settings would be inherited by subnets lower in the tree, but you might lose interest if I took the time to do that. Anyway, I'll click Save and Close, and I'm done. You can see the DHCP range here, which is assigned to the new redundant DHCP HA group. That's all there is to it. Thanks for tuning in.